Hi, Marina. Let's take a look at your last essay as part of the course. Green energy is the topic. Let's see what you wrote. The issue of using renewable power has grown in importance over the past few decades. Some people argue that green energy is unreliable, but personally, I support the opinion that alternative energy could potentially reduce the costs and protect the environment from harmful gases. Okay, I like it. The only thing I would change is this. I would get rid of the. This should just be potentially reduce costs. Other than that, it's perfect. Opponents of renewables claim that the world could face disruptions to the power supply should they be fully adopted. This is largely due to the fact that most green energy technologies depend on changeable and unpredictable phenomena such as wind, rain, and cloud cover. For example, solar panels can only be used in the presence of strong and direct sunlight. Thus, a few cloudy days could result in a blackout subject to the dependency on solar panel only. Okay, so far so good. This is a little awkward subject to the dependence. It's just a little, I don't think it's exactly what you need here. Something else would have been better. So why don't we try this? Thus, a few cloudy days could result in a blackout. Were we to depend on solar panel only. Okay? However, this problem can be resolved by developing battery-saving technology and alternative generator techniques. Okay, fine. Let's see. All right, fine. Let's move on. Although renewable resources require large initial expenditures on equipment and integration in the existing energy system, they are able to reduce usage expenses in the long term and benefit the ecological situation. Okay, this is a little strange to me. I think I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to incorporate a sentence in the template which says that, bring an element of the previous paragraph into this one using this although, etc. But this is a little awkward because this paragraph is supposed to be talking about the benefits of green energy. And you're introducing something which you didn't even talk about in the previous paragraph. So this structure is useful if you mentioned this issue in the previous paragraph, but you didn't. In fact, it would have been a good idea to mention it in the previous paragraph because part of the issue of energy security is also financial. It's the availability or lack thereof and of energy and it being available at a reasonable cost. So you probably should have mentioned something about this, that one of the problems is that it's the initial expenditures for green energy are rather cost prohibitive for many people, making it difficult for many people to adopt. So you could have talked about that. And then if you had done that, this would have made sense. Okay? So that's what's missing. The best thing probably would have been to include a couple of sentences about the cost of green energy equipment, and then this would have made sense. All right, so let's pretend for a moment that you did that, and let's read the paragraph again. Although renewable resources require large initial expenditures on equipment and integration into the existing energy system, they're able to reduce usage expenses in the long term and benefit. I know you're trying to change the word environment, but really environment is the absolute best word here instead of ecological situation. That's just a little awkward. So, firstly, there is no utilization cost for such resources as sun, wind, or water power, unlike fossil fuels that are finite in quantity. Secondly, energy from natural sources emits almost no carbon dioxide directly and therefore is environmentally friendly. For instance, installation of solar panels in Japan allowed the public to save 60% of their current bills and significantly reduced CO2 emission in the air. Consequently, the usage of green energy is advantageous both for economy and environment. Lovely. To summarize, I firmly believe that renewable power is cost efficient in the long term and can help to solve environmental problems. Given the central role that energy plays in modern society, it is predicted that alternative sources of power will increasingly grow in importance. Okay, Marina, I think this is lovely. Were there a couple of little things there that were somewhat awkward? Yes, but for the most part, I thought it was an excellently done essay. Really nice language. It read really easily. Um, I got through it rather quickly, which means that there wasn't really a lot to stop and correct. I didn't have to struggle with some of the expressions or language. So I thought you did a really good job. So feel good about this essay. It was very, very nice. Now let's take a look at this letter about the barking dog. Let's see what you wrote. Dear Sir, I am writing to you with a personal request regarding your dog. I live nearby and I hear the dogs barking throughout the day and night. The COVID-19 restrictions forced me to work from home, and I find it very difficult to concentrate and to talk to my colleagues during conference calls because of the constant noise. Currently, I am trying my best to finish an important project, but I have a headache and cannot perform productively here due to the ongoing barking. I wonder if anything could be done about the situation. Please take into consideration that the noise is not only annoying for neighbors, but it could be an indication of physical or I think you mean psychological with an S, not a P. And here it needs an H. Psychological health problems of your dog. My friend Robert, who works in the veterinary clinic, strongly advises SES to examine the dog in order to exclude any illness. After making sure that the physical health is fine, I recommend, after making sure that the dog's physical health is fine, I recommend you consult with a dog trainer if the barking continues. A professional will advise you how to calm the dog and to stop her from barking all the time. I hope that you are not offended by my letter. Please contact me if you want to discuss this further. Yours sincerely. Okay. So, I thought this was nice. You did a few things that I liked that we'll talk about. It was good. Yeah, there were a couple of areas that I wanted maybe some of that awkwardness to be just a little smoother. A couple of things in terms of formal letters and conventions of letter writing. You started, Dear Sir, which means that your sign off is supposed to be yours faithfully. That's what we do when we don't know the name of the person we're writing to. Yours faithfully. And then all of the language was really appropriately formal. There was one place where you slipped up here. If you want to discuss this further, that's not entirely appropriate for a formal letter. It should have been if you would like. Okay, we try to use more of this indirect language, more of this formal, polite language. Other than that, I thought it was very good. I don't really have any concerns. So I think you're at a great point in your preparation, Marina. I don't remember when your exam is. Maybe you told us, but I'm afraid I don't remember it off the top of my head. So you're at a good point. The question now is, when is your exam? So if you have some time, I would like to see you continuing writing. I know you haven't written before today for at least a little while because I hadn't seen any of your essays. So it would be a good idea to continue getting feedback on your writing so that you don't lose any of those great gains you've made. So that's something I would like to invite you to do. Hopefully we'll see more of your essays. Hopefully we'll get to continue working together. If your exam is coming up very soon, please let us know how you do. And, we'd like to hear your results for sure. Okay, so either way, I hope to hear from you very soon. You've done a great job, so I want you to feel really proud of yourself and of the wonderful work you've done. So I hope to hear from you very soon. Good luck to you.